Hi, my name is Diana Julia Mendez. I am 15 years old and I am presenting my focus project that is about this wonderful woman, this icon of fashion, Coco Chanel, her life, her career, and her world legacy. The next two phrases from Coco perfectly define her life and career. My life didn't bless me, so I correct my life, and in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. Gabriel Bahu Chanel was born in 1883 to Eugene J. DeVoe Chanel, known as Jane, a laundrywoman in the charity hospital run by the Sisters of Providence in Seymour's, Maine, Illinois. This is the only photo of her mother that I found. Gabrielle was Jane's second child with Albert Chanel. The first should have been born less than a year earlier. Albert Chanel was an itinerant street vendor who peddled work clothes and undergarments, living a nomadic life, traveling to and from major towns. The family resided in rundown dwellings. In 1884, he married Jane DeVoe, persuaded to do so by her family, who had united effectively to pay Albert. The couple had 6 children: Julia, Gabriel, Alphonse, Antonia, Lucien, and Augustine, who died at 6 months, and lived growing in a one-room lodging in the town of Britt-la-Gaillarde. There are no photos of the family except for Coco's and Antoniette's. Albert Chanel name was entered into official registers as Chanel. Jean was too well to attend the registration, and Albert was registered as traveling. When both parents accent the infant last name was misspelled, probably due to a clerical error. She went to her grave as Gabrielle Chasnel because to correct legally the misspelled name of her birth certificate would reveal that she was born in a poorhouse hospice. A clear example is when Gabriel was 11 years, Jean died at the age of 13 too. The children did not attend school. Her father sent his 2 sons to work as farm laborers and sent his 3 daughters to the convent of Albacine, which ran an orphanage. Each religious order, the Congregation of the Sacred Heart of Mary, was founded to care for the poor and rejected, including running homes for abandoned and orphan girls. It was a starved, frugal life, demanding strict discipline. Blessed in the orphan may have contributed to Chanel's future career, as it was where she learned to sew, and so at age 18, Chanel, too old to remain a bosom, went to live in a boarding house for Catholic girls in the town of Moulins. Other sources that her mother died when she was much younger than 11, and that her father sailed from America to seek fortune, and she was sent to live with 2 aunts. But this is some true information from Coco Chanel's side when she retells the story of her children later in her life. Most people think that all the things started with her friend's collection, but even to change to sew at the age of 6, and that she found employed as a sister, she actually had inspiration for a stage career. So she started singing in a cabaret frequented by cavalry officials. Chanel made her stage debut singing a cafe concert in Maury's Boulevard, La Rotonde. It was at this time that career achieved the name Coco when she spent her nights singing in the cabaret of the song Who Has Seen Coco. In 1906, Chanel worked in the spa resort town of Vichy, boasted a perfusion of concert halls, theaters, and coffee where she hoped to achieve success as performer. Chanel's young and physique charms impressed those who wanted she auditioned, but her singing voice was marginal, and she failed to find stage work. When the big season ended, Chanel returned to Molly's and her former La Rotonde. She realized then that a serious stage career was now in her future. Acknowledged Chanel met a young French ex-cavalier officer and texted her Etienne Balsam. At the age of 23 years, Chanel became Balsam's mistress for the next 3 years. She lived with him in his chateau Royal-Luny-Compiègne, an area known for its wooded equestrian parks and the hunting life. Balsam showed Chanel with the baubles of the rich life. In 1908, Chanel began an affair with one of Balsam's friends, Captain Arthur Edward Boy Capel, a worthy member of the English upper class, installed Chanel in an apartment in Paris and financed her first show. Chanel had begun the scene with Hacks with living with Balsam immediately as a diversion tag evolved into a commercial enterprise. She became licensed millionaire in 1910 and opened a boutique at 21 Rue Cambon, Paris, named Chanel Malls. At this location, already housed an establishment clothing business, Chanel sold only her millionaire cartier at this address. Chanel's millionaire car bloomed once directed actress Gabrielle Dorciac wore her hats. In Fernand Nozier played Belle Ami in 1911. Subsequently, Dorciac modeled Chanel hats again in photograph featured in Les Modes. The location was Prime 1, in the center of town, a fashionable street. Here, Chanel sold hats, jackets, sweaters, and the Mariner de Cello blues. Chanel had the dedicated support of two family members, her sister Antoinette and her paternal aunt Adrienne, who was of similar age. Adrienne and Antoinette were recruited to model Chanel's designs on a daily basis. The two women paraded through the town and on its boardwalks, versing the Chanel creations. Chanel determined to recreate the success she enjoyed in Deauville, opening an establishment in Biarritz in 1915, and Bizarre on the Côte Basque, close to wealthy Spanish clients, was a playground for the maniacs set and thus exiled from the native countries with the war. The Biarritz shop was installed now as a storefront, but in a villa opposite to casino. After 1 year of operation, the business proved to be so lucrative that in 1960, Chanel was able to reimburse Capel's original investments. Chanel was registered as a country establishment, her Maison de Couture at 131 Rue Cambon, Paris. In 1918, Chanel purchased the building at 131 Rue Cambon in one of the most fashionable districts of Paris. In 1921, she opened an early incarnation of a fashion boutique for clothing, hats, and accessories. Later expanded to offer jewelry and fragrance. By 1927, Chanel owned 5 properties on the Rue Cambon. We do a time skip to September 1st, 1939, the start of the Second World War. In these years, Chanel moved to Switzerland, where she lived for several years. Part of the time with the legend in In 1953, she sold her Villa La Paz on the French Riviera, and more than 70 years old, after having her couture house closed for 15 years, she felt the time was running to her to re-enter the fashion world. The revival of her couture house in 1954 was fully financed by Chanel's opponent Pierre Wertheimer. When Chanel came out with her comeback collection in 1954, the French press were cautious due to her collaboration during the war and the controversy of the collection. However, the American British press saw it as a breakdown, bringing together fashion and young in a new way. In 1971, Chanel was 87 years old. Darren and Eileen, she carried out her usual routine of preparing the spring catalogue. She had gone for a long drive of the afternoon of Saturday, January 9. Soon after feeling ill, she went to the bed early at the Hotel Ritz, where she had resided for more than 30 years. She announced her final words to her mind, which were, "You see, this is how you die." She died on Sunday, January 10, 1971, where she had her funeral was held at the Iglesia de la Madeleine. Her fashion models occupied the first six during the ceremony, and her coffin was covered with white rose, camellias, gardenias, orchids, azaleas, and a few red roses. Salvador Dalí, Serge Lifa, Jacques Chaussot, Yves Saint Luc, and Mary Helen de Rothschild attended her funeral in the Church of Madeleine. Her grave is in the Bois de Ville Cemetery, Lausanne, Switzerland. Her grave is made with 5 lions, because 5 was her lucky number, and the lions are because she was a Leo and she believed in the zodiacal signs. But Chanel death didn't mean the end of her fashion brand, and of course it didn't mean the end of all the things she did for the fashion industry. Chanel's initial triumph was her innovative use of her machine material manufactured for her by the Fier Rodier, traditionally relegated to manufacture of undergarments and sportswear. Chanel's early work received traveling suite consisted of a cardigan, jacket, and plaid skirt, paired with a long velvet pullover. Though this assembled work with low-heeled shoes became the casual look in the expensive women's wear. Chanel's introduction of herself to high fashion were for 2 reasons. First, the war was caused a shortage of more traditional couture materials, and second, women began desiring simple and more practical clothes. Her fluid, her suite, and dresses were created with this notion in mind and allowing for free and easy movements. Chanel introduced a line of jewelry that was a conceptual innovation as her design and materials. This was a revolutionary in an era where jewelry was strictly categorized into either fine or custom jewelry. Her inspiration was global, often inspired by designs traditionally of the Orient and Egypt, while clients who did not wish to display their costly jewelry in public would wear Chanel creation to impress others. In 1929, Chanel introduced a handbag inspired by Sorder's bag. Its thin shoulder strap allowed the user to keep her hand free, showing her combat. Chanel updated the scene in February 1955, creating that would become the 2.55 name for the day of its creation, with details of the classic bag have been reworked, such as the 1980s update by Clark Lagerfeld when the clasp and logo were redesigned to incorporate the Chanel logo, and later uh, was interlaced to the shoulder chain. The bag has retained its original badge form in 2005. The Chanel Fear released an exact replica of the original 1955 bag to commemorate the 15th anniversary of its creation. After the Heisei suite, the concept of the little black dress is often cited as a Chanel contribution to the fashion lexicon. I still see one to this day. In 1911 to 1913, the actress Suzanne Olaine was one of the first women to wear Chanel's little black dress in the velvet white with a white collar. In 1920, Chanel herself vowed that while observing an audience at the opera, she would dress all women in black. As early 1915, Harper's Bazaar raved over Chanel's dancing. The woman who has at least one Chanel is hopelessly out of fashion. The reason the name Chanel is on the list of every buyer. Chanel ascendancy was the official deep blonde of the concerted female silk house. The first fuss and contrast endured by early generations of women were now past. Under her influence, gone were the aggressive long hair, hover skirts. Her dressing, I still her find the fashionable woman in the post-World War first era. The Chanel trademark look was of youthful age, liberated physically, and unencumbered supporting confidences. The Chanel Twig Suite, first introduced in 1923, was designed for comfort and practicality. It considered of a jacket and skirt in supple and light wool or mohair twill, and a blouse, a jacket lining in her side or silk. Chanel did not stiffen the material or use shirtpacks, as was common in contemporary fashion. She cut the jackets on the strain grain without adding box darks. This allowed for quiet and easy movement. She designed the neckline to lift the neck comfortably. Three added functional pockets for a higher level of comfort. The skirt had cross-grain stay around the waist instead of a belt, but more importantly, meticulous attention was placed on detail during fitting. Chanel conducts tests with models having 10 walls around stick up to a platform as if climbing a stair of an imaginary bus, and bent as if get into a low slow sport car. After Chanel's death, her legacy wasn't forgotten by anyone. All the things she did throughout the years living weren't for nothing. She's not only made a revolution in fashion, she did a revolution in the world. In summer, Chanel had a very hard life, but even though her seems like she couldn't reach anything, she worked hard every day to achieve her dreams, to be recognized as the wonderful and strong woman she was. She left a she left a legacy for the fashion, for the women, and for everyone that thinks they can make their dreams reality because of the circumstance they were born. Maybe she had a glamorous childhood of life, but she had her genetics very clear. She was going to be in the top of the world someday, and she did. And no one can deny how hard she worked for it. Coco lived as she died with style. And I would like to finish with these two phrases. Fashion has two purposes, comfort and love. Beauty comes when fashion succeeds. And elegance is when the inside is as beautiful as the outside. This is all my focus project. I hope you have liked it, and thank you for your time, and bye.